Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. This is going to be a special series. I'm really excited about it because it's going to tell you exactly what the Amazon FBA sellers struggles and what they go through, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think it's going to help you whether you are in the beginning of your journey, or you're in the middle of it, or you're starting or trying to start this Amazon FBA journey. It's what kind of struggle you need to expect, because it's not as easy as everyone makes it to seem. Every business is good and bad, but I think you're going to learn a lot from it. And also, you're going to see this series is going to be chunks from my own private group from all my students. They are in the beginning of their journey, or the middle, or some of them are advanced. And I think you really can understand from another perspective, from other kind of Amazon FBA seller than me, of anybody else that you watch. They might be biased, or they might be a little bit ahead, and it's a little bit hard for you to compare. But I think getting a realistic information from real Amazon FBA sellers current, that learning today is going to give you a perspective if you want to get into that business, or what kind of struggle we're going through as Amazon sellers regardless. So please, I hope you enjoy it. Please leave your comment below and let us know what's your struggle, because it really means a lot. And if you like this kind of videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, because every Saturday we come in with live Q&A and we come with some content. So thank you so much. Enjoy, and I will hopefully hear from you in the comments. Take care, everybody. I just wanted to go ahead and reflect on 2020 and what we did good and what we did bad. And I think I started this habit starting last year. In 2019, I started to see how my business was doing this year and how I can improve it the next year. So this year, the things that I did bad, first of all, is going to be partners. Partners, I know all of you guys understand that, partners, I always talk about partners, especially if you get partners in your brands, if you get in your business, if you have Amazon business, if you have any software that you're working on, any other projects that you're working with partners, is always for me. I have no luck with them. So what happened is, basically with partners, it just hold me back a lot from a lot of things that I wanted to do, because I always had commitment and I wasn't able to do the thing I want to do because I want to fulfill my commitment to that person, or to that group, or to that to that company. So that's one, and really hold me back a lot. So I had this year, 2020, I actually closed a lot of my partnership. I just stopped them, because I find out that nothing comes good out of them. It comes, but not as much as I want, or what my goals are, what my visions. Maybe if your vision it's a little bit small and matches your partner, I think it's okay. But me, I always want to do more. I want to make sure that I do something that's really, really great. And I'm not saying I'm saint. I'm the only one who am thinking big, all this stuff. No, everyone's thinking big, but everyone priority. So my priority will be always different than my partner. So that's what caused a problem. So that happened into multiple people. And I'm glad that we end up closing that partnership with almost 4 to 5 people I had, for me to just focus on my business, to focus on the things that really makes me money, the things that really can have a good return on my time, especially when you don't have time. Trust me, you don't want to work every day. Like me, I'm always like a machine, every day working to catch up to you. And all what happens, I just felt like I have no energy, and every information that I'm trying to absorb, I'm not absorbing them, because what's happening, I'm used to just sit here, get information. It becomes a habit that I'm just getting things and listening, but I'm hearing things, but I'm not listening to them. I'm not comprehending what's happening. So that's one of the things that you need to pay attention to, and make sure that you have some time for yourself, and set a date for yourself. I don't have any day for myself, for me and my family. And I think Rachel knows about that. I'm always, this year, I really want to make like Sundays for my kids or my family, and also have a cutoff in my day. I cannot be working every day. Anytime there's opportunity comes or anything happens, I have to do it right away at that second. I just realized for the past 4 years, every day there's a problem. Every day there is work to be done. So you'll never be able to catch up. So have a schedule. I'm just talking about myself. I'm going to have a schedule to make sure I have everything set up. The other thing which has hurt us, which is networking. I think Anybody who has a good networking skills, I think they do very well. If you see this group, I love it so much. It's for me, it's like networking. I think anybody who works from home, they think it's really amazing thing, but it gets to you emotionally. It gets to you. You don't have anybody to speak to. You don't have those people who are sharing the same kind of values, and that's a lot of times it just gets you in a mode that's really, really not good mood. And you start doubting yourself. You start saying, hey, is that business for me? Is not. Why I'm not getting the results? I'm putting a lot of hours, and you start playing tricks on yourself. And that's when you need to become like, no, you know what? This is what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to talk to people who are really doing the business with me. And there's three kind of people you want to have around you guys. And please don't get this one in the wrong way. You want people who are on the same level as you. You want people who are ahead of you because you want to learn from them. They're going to push you. They can challenge you to do better. And you have people who are below you. You need those people who are below you as well. I'm not talking below me like, hey, below me, they're garbage. I'm talking people who you can help. Because if you have people who are have less knowledge than you, or who those people who wants to be you, you actually, when you get to that point, you feel like there's a pleasure of helping people. It's kind of giving back. It's kind of you feel very good. Very selfish thing about it. It's like the same thing when you go out in Christmas and people giving gifts, giving that, you feel good about it. And I think when you get to that business, I think you need to know those three kind of people, and you know when to do it. You need to have people ahead of you. You cannot have people who only same as you, because you never move up. And you don't want people who are below you because you feel like you're superior than them. And if you're superior than them, what happens is actually you think you're the best, and all of a sudden everything is passing you. All the information, all the new technology, all the new tricks and tips, you're just lost. Why? Because there's nobody else to challenge you. So having someone else ahead of you is very, very important. And this is why I be in Facebook groups. I know some people who are better than me. I get into courses. I buy courses. I get knowledge from everything, not because I want to learn a lot. If I get one tip or one trick, for me, it's enough. Because when you come to a level where you know a lot of things, it's very hard to get good information. So getting one tip or three tips from one group or one course is really, really important. The other thing is not taking people's word on projects. So there's a lot of things like I wanted to do a project last month with a group, and I set my time. I went and I made sure everything is good. And people at the last second, the day that we want to execute that mission or execute that service, right away they bailed out. Oh, sorry, I don't have time now. Maybe we can visit next year. Like, you know what? I will never take anybody's opinion. And that costs money. I'm not talking about only time, because it costs me to hire people. It costs me to get the knowledge, to make sure that I write everything down. So it really costs us, but it's a learning experience. It's going to happen. Now, when I tell you about partners and people who don't keep their word at the last minute, I'm not telling you do not have anybody, do not partner up with anybody. No. Just know that you cannot force partnership, and you cannot do not expect people going to come through with their word. You just need to be able to, with experience, to be able to identify them, and you work around them. It's the same thing working with personalities. There's someone who's very strong personality, someone who's very sensitive, someone who's really in the middle. Doesn't mean I'm not going to deal with nobody, none of them. I just need to know how I react to this person different than this person, and that comes with experience. Now, I'm not telling you I'm there. I'm struggling with it because I have like one way. That's the way it's supposed to be. And you become very stubborn. And I'm trying to learn that myself. So last year, that's happened a lot, and I'm learning from it. And I think it's going to take a few years, or more I get screwed, more I do well, more I do bad with people, I will start getting my own personality, my own way of how to deal with people. Now, 2020 was a little bit harsh on the business because I lost a few brands due to a pandemic, because all the brands were into a place where certain niches that they need a lot of gathering, needed a lot of parties and New Year's, weddings, and that flopped. So that's what happened in 2020. The same thing I have, it's not in a specific order, but I'm just the thing that on top of my head, or the things that I really think that are important. For my brand, I lacked the social media aspect of it. So I wasn't focused enough to build my social media for my brand. Now, I'm not talking about my personal brand. I'm not talking about Amazon FBA Giants. I'm talking about my real brand, the ones that sells every day, the one that are making the money. These ones I didn't have enough time to give to build that social media. So this is one of the things I'm going to be working on. The other thing is SOPs, setting monthly goals and KPI to hit and measure. I have some kind of KPI, which is key performance index or measurements that you have for your business that you need to have. Like, hey, every month you need to hit, for example, $10,000 in profit. If it goes low, why is going low? Hey, because I don't have enough inventory. So you have some kind of metrics that you need to pay attention to. And I don't have it. I'm winging it. So I have few of them, but not strict. Like, I do not visit them every week or every month, or I don't measure this month from last month, or this quarter for last quarter. It's a lot of things that I do them occasionally, but I don't have a structure for them, which is something that I really want to do. The other things that I did in 2020, actually, this is going to be a good thing. I put it in the bad. So all this are the bad things that happened, the things that I think really was a big thing in 2020. Now, the good things that happened, all of us, we know the sales were very good this 2020. I think pandemic accelerated all the sales. Now for specific niches, they got extraordinary kind of sales, but for supplement wasn't that much. Toys were amazing. And they did very well. So I'm happy about that. The sales, I think, is amazing. The good thing also, I start focusing on my basics, the basics, and everything I do in my business, the basics. How to launch a product, stick to the basics. How to differentiate, stick to the basics. How to do packaging, everything is basics without being, hey, I want to do everything to that specific brand or to this specific product. So I stuck to my basics and really, really worked. It elevated some pressure from me, and I was able to perform better because I have less tasks that I was attacking, and I was able to progress slowly until I get to what I wanted. And when you reach the basics, then you can add the other 10% of doing the things that Rachel talks about, Amazon Live, Amazon Post, and the other things that you want to do, which is, I think you can do them, but not if you're brand new. Brand new, you cannot do everything because you won't be able to measure it. This is only me. Maybe you can, but I'm just telling you, I cannot. The good thing happened, I hired more team members. So I hired 2 VAs to be able to help me in my retail online arbitrage, because this year my retail online arbitrage did very well. We're taking it more seriously, and I'm very happy about the outcome. And I think hiring people for retail online arbitrage and also for my private label to make sure take some of the tasks that I do to them. I'm going to teach them. I'm teaching them how to do things for me, which is going to be really, really great. As I said, retail online arbitrage was amazing. I'm going to continue to do retail online arbitrage. The other thing, also a good thing happened. I launched a new brand, which is I'm very happy with the toys with 3 products within them. I'm very happy with that. And also I was able to pay for 5,500 units that coming in only through my retail online arbitrage. So I didn't stay waiting for my supplier to finish. I went, I hustled, I made the money, and that profit, it just injected it into my new brand, which has given me a lot of good relax and had less strains on my cash flow, because 2020 was a lot of growth, but a lot of cash flow as well. I'm not a big guy on debt. I like to pay everything from my pocket. So if you have a brand new product that you launch, always from my pocket. But if I have accomplished it, I have made sure that I really runs very well, have a consistent sales, then I can take on some debt. And that's it. This is the good and the bad. And one more note, Q4 was very good for all of us. And I think you guys do not, I see that happens a lot every year. Everyone start measuring their year depending on Q4. Do not do that, because Q1, Q2 is going to be completely different sales. So for example, and that could be shocking to you, I was selling maybe 100 units. Now I'm selling 20 units a day for the toys. So you see, I'm talking about 80% less. So you need to put that in, you need to factor that in. Do not expect you're going to make sales 80, 100. So what happens, people go ahead, run out of stock in middle of December when they're selling 100 unit, and then they calculate their unit or inventory for the next shipment based on Q4. Do not do that. You are going to order too many products and you're going to be stuck with a lot of things. So make sure you recalculate very well. Now, retail online arbitrage, I'm very clear with you. I was selling what, 60, 50, 80 units a day. Now we're back to 15, 20 units a day. Now you need to factor in one thing, which is I'm not sure what 15, 20, I'm still happy with them because that still translates to $6,000 a month in net profit. But I don't have enough SKUs, active SKUs. So my SKUs, I need to have more than 400 SKUs in my inventory, active inventory. That's selling SKUs, like 400 SKUs, and each SKU has 2-3 units from them. So I need to have 400. Now I'm at 230 SKUs, that's why the sales are slow. Now I have a shipment already shipped, but it's gonna arrive there on January 5th. So that's gonna bring back my SKUs to 420. And let me see how that goes. If I see the sales are still going well and everything good, I'll be fine. That's all of it.